You are going to spawn in a massive plains biome with a lot of flat area right at spawn. And if we turn around, you do have a large forest area that you can grab a bunch of different trees from. And if you go over onto this side of the river, you do have a little bit of flat area right there. It's a little hill with a decent amount of flat area on top. So great spot for building. Over here, more flat area, more plains biomes. And as you can see, it is still pretty decent sized. And if we just head over in this direction, you're going to see more great spots for building with a village off in the distance. And as you can see, if we lower ourselves, a lot of great spots for building down there as well. So village, large plains biome that you can play with and build whatever the heck you want. You are going to spawn next to this ice spike biome. You do have a little bit of flat area right there, a little bit more right there. And if you look towards the sun when you spawn, or that hill right there, this is where you're going to have a large flat area to work with. The area is massive, more in a straight line in this area, as you can see. Over here, you do have some more flat area as well. You do have a large forest over there to get wood resources for building, instead of just gathering from the scattered stuff throughout this massive snow plains biome. As you can see, more flat area on this side of the frozen river. You got a lot of great areas for building here. And you also got that little hill if you want to build at the base of it. As you can see, really, really good building real estate. This seed is a bit special. You just look here and you have a large open area. You have mesa, you have a little bit of a desert biome over here. You have a island right here with mesa badlands and a little desert over there with some flat area on top of that hill. Overall, pretty good. Savanna biome over there to get your trees, because you don't really have many options over at this part of the island chain. You got more savanna over there, but this is in fact an island chain with rivers going through this whole island chain. So yeah, if you want to explore the rest of the island chain, feel free to do so. But right here at spawn, you have a lot of great building areas. You got a massive flatland area right here. You got a massive plains biome. As you can see, you got a lot of flat area all around here. You got a massive hill right there. And right over there, you got a village. So you got a lot of great building potential here. You also have a little something that is pretty cool. So as you can see, you got a massive hill right there. If we head over in this direction, you will see even more plains biome, but you'll also see a hill village off to the right, and you'll also see a Sakura biome on top of that hill there. Both areas great for building. You have a little flat area kind of at the base of this hill formation right here, and you also have this massive plains biome in the middle with another village here. So just really, really good build potential in this seed. If you want a massive flatland seed, this one's a really good one. So as you can see, you got a lot of wide open space pretty much surrounding you. You do have a nice little village right over there, built up into that little hill, which I thought looks pretty cool. And it comes down to that little, well, let's call it a bay. And then you got another village right over here, which goes out into the lake as well. And then you have another village over there built into the lake as well. So you have like 3 water villages, or villages that are right by the water, surrounding your spawn. And then you also have a little soccer area up there. But the main part of this is the flat area. Just all around you, you got tons and tons of great building space. You got tons of flat area there. You got some more over here. It's just really, really good overall. And heck, if you wanted to build on this little flat area up here, you can do so. Just so much great building potential for this seed. Enjoy. We got another massive plains biome. You got a large forest over in there with a variety of different trees, so that's where you can stock up on your tree supplies. But if you look here, you got a pretty good flat area right at spawn. And if you come over here towards the sun, or where the sun rises, you got more flat area right here, right along this river, which comes into this like little pooled area right here, which I think is pretty cool. And you got more flat area on top of this hill and more plains biome right over here. So you just got a ton of flat area, great for building, just spread throughout this seed. And it's mostly surrounded by forest, which I think is pretty cool. However, you do have this massive lake right here, which is honestly pretty good because you got several great building spots that you can end up choosing where you want to build. So yeah, enjoy. You're going to be spawning on a large plains biome with actually a double village. As you can see, you got a lot of flat area right here with a lot of water surrounding you. So if you like the water exploration, there you go. But if we look at ground level, you can see it's pretty level. There's a lot of flat area throughout this plains biome for you to build. And you also got a village here, which is decent size, not the biggest I've seen. And then if we come over here more, you got more flat area. And right by this river, you got another village along this little coastal area right here. Actually, I gotta check. Okay, it is a bridge and not completely sealed off. I've seen it where it looks like it's a bridge, but they actually have it down to the dirt. And it actually looks more like a dam than a bridge, which is unfortunate when that happens, but yeah. So yeah, really, really good double village seed right here. In this seed, we got a lot of flat area to work with and some other interesting features. You do have a lot of forest and hills surrounding this large plains biome. As you can see, you got a little flat area right there. Great for building in this plains biome. And you do have a very small hill in the middle that does have probably about 6 or so Sakura trees, which if you like that type of wood, you don't have to go very far to collect it from spawn. And as you can see, you got a large amount of flat area for building. You do have some more plains biomes over in that general direction. And if we circle around the hill, we do have a river with more flat area surrounding on both sides. As you can see, you got a good amount of flat area right there. And you got some right here as well. Same hill, as you can see. And if we come over here, you have even more flat area to work with. But we do have some other interesting features like this little hill formation with a large forest, which, you know, could be some pretty good scenery, especially with the river going through it like so. And if we go back over here, we have more flat area to work with, and now we're pretty much back at spawn. So really, really good flat plains biome. In this seed, you're going to spawn right next to a desert pyramid. You have a savanna biome, and then right behind you, you have a jungle with a mess of badlands right over there, which honestly is pretty good scenery. So you have a lot of different biomes relatively close to spawn. You have a large flat area in this desert area, which you usually get. So a lot of really good scenery right down here, especially with this large flat area and a little lake in the middle. If you come back over to the ocean, or this river lake right here, you have a little plains biome that has a decent amount of flat area to work with. You do have more variety of trees here and over there. So really, really good seed. And as you can see off in the distance, you got a little village. So you have a village, a lot of different types of trees, and quite a few different biomes right by spawn, and a lot of flat area for building. We got a really good seed here. So first off, you got a large body of water. Really good for ocean exploration. However, you also have a lot of variety of trees over here. So you don't have to really worry too much there. And you do have a little lake in the forest area, which I thought is pretty cool. And a small little island with a decent amount of flat area for building. Really good building location. Obviously at spawn you do have a little bit of flat area there. And if we continue heading over here, you will see we have a pretty large plains biome with a lot of flat area, which is always nice to see if you like flat seeds for building. However, we do have another interesting feature that you're not going to really see from spawn. It's over here. So we got a little bit more flat area over here, and you can see it right there. Spawn's over there. You're going to see what looks to be a normal hill, But right next to this large flat plains area right here, and on this side of the river, you do have a pretty big entrance into this massive cavern system. And it goes pretty deep, as you can see right here. Really good building location, honestly. On top here, you do have a little bit of flat area up there. And down here, you do have quite a bit of flat area as well. So you could incorporate this into your build if you want. Enjoy.